folks, it's Rebecca McFarlane here from Turning Stones Coaching with my very first video blog. Really excited to be here with you today and bring a bit of life to this website with a bit of a video. Hopefully it is the start of many things to come. So, very first video blog, what am I going to talk about? The first thing I want to talk to you about today is commitment. And commitment is something I see a lot of business beginners struggling with 9 times out of 10 when they are trying to move from the dreaming phase into the planning and the doing phase of their business building. And it gets really tricky and they get really frustrated because they can't figure out what the heck is going on. And really, the truth is what they didn't do at the very beginning was check in with their commitment levels. So here are some of the signs that I see from some of my clients, things that tell me that we have to check in again on commitment. The first thing is when I start hearing things about time, that they don't have time, that they need better time management, that they need to structure their time a little better, or that they just plain old can't find time in the day to do everything they need to do. And the reason this is a red flag is because we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and we all put our time in where we are most committed. If we're committed to raising a healthy, happy family, which is a great thing to be committed to, then that's where our time goes. And what we have to do to fix this one is really reprioritize. It's not about managing your time better, because the more you try and manage and control things, the more hard work it becomes. And the one thing I know for sure about all of this is that the more hard work it becomes, the less likely you are to be successful, the less likely you are to be right on track with where you need to be. So if it starts feeling like hard work and you start managing things and trying to control things and trying to structure things, sometimes it just is the exact opposite direction you need to go. So really what we have to do, if time management is a problem for you, go back, look at your priorities. Number one thing. The second thing we need to do though is to be careful about living in the future. And this one is a tricky one because I hear sometimes people say, well, I'd really love to build a business and I've got a great idea, really important to me, and as soon as I get this promotion or save this money or, you know, whatever it is, get this training, get that certificate, then I'll start thinking about it. And the truth is that if you were really committed to it, if you're really thinking about it and really wanted it, those things would not stop you. There are millions of things you can do before you're trained. There are millions of things you can do before you have all the money to invest in a website or the glossy brochures or whatever that you want to produce. So when you start thinking in the future, if you start living in the future and thinking, when I have X, I'll do it, you've probably got a commitment problem. We need to come back and think about what you can do now and start breaking it down into steps and getting you moving. Because living in the future is not good for anybody. All we have is today. All we have is today. So you got to make it happen. Yeah. The last thing that I hear people say that really gives me cause to kind of look and have to question their commitment is when they're really unable to set a very clear goal. Because if you can't articulate it, if you can't be really, really clear about what it is you're wanting to do and where you want to go, then your commitment levels are not as high as they need to be to make this happen for you. So we got to go back and we got to articulate it. We got to do a little bit more dreaming, and we got to really, really, really fine tune that goal so that it can carry you forward through all the ups and downs that you're going to be experiencing when you're building your business. Getting that goal really clear is really important. So those are my 3 tips for making sure that your commitment levels are up there. You got to stop worrying about managing time. Time is not your problem. Look at your priorities. Second thing was, don't live in the future. Live for today. Find something you can do today, something small that will help you get on your way, because if you're going to wait till tomorrow, it probably isn't going to happen. And the third thing is get really, really clear about your goals. And make sure that you do enough dreaming and sufficiently go through that process of really, really articulating your goals and your vision so that you can get really excited about it and can carry you forward to great successes. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'd love to hear from you about how you are managing with your commitment levels. How do you know when commitment is waning a little bit? What are your signs and signals? Love to hear from you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.